Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. At Computex, we checked out all the new Phanteks stuff in their suite and some of their new budget-focused cases. The P350X was super popular last year, and this year they have the follow-up, the Phanteks Eclipse P360X. In this video, we built a decently powered rig featuring the Ryzen 7 3800X and the RTX 2060 Super in the brand spanking new Phanteks Eclipse P360X. Like usual, this is not a permanent system. However, because you guys loved all of the videos that we've done lately with benchmarks, we decided that we would just keep them going. So stick around till a little bit later to see how this system performed. Also, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because we get lots and lots of comments about things in our builds that we basically always answer in the video. So just watch the whole video. There's your heads up. And before you comment, oh, why didn't you use this CPU or that GPU or that motherboard or those RGB fans? We only use parts that we have on hand and we're not going out to buy extra parts. We're not trying to bargain hunt or do anything like that. We literally try and build PCs to inspire you to build your own system. So if you're interested in any of the parts for these builds, there is a PC part picker list in the description. Okay, let's get building. Let's talk parts because I'm pretty sure you guys will want to know. The motherboard is the brand new MSI MEG X5 70 This board is pretty well balanced and yeah, I don't hate it. It's a nice board. The CPU is the AMD Ryzen 7 3800X. The 3800X is an 8-core 16-threaded multitasking master aimed at directly competing with Intel's i9-9900K. To cool the 3800X, we used the brand new Cooler Master ML240P Mirage. We did a full installation guide for AMD AM4 based systems, and you can check that out in the top right-hand corner right about now. The GPU that was used is the MSI RTX 2060 Super Gaming X. This GPU is pretty well matched with this system and it is one of the better performing 2060 Supers that we've tested on the channel. The RAM chosen was 16 gigs of Team Group Nighthawk RGB at 3200 MHz. This is a pretty affordable, high performing kit of RAM. Lastly, the case, it's the brand new Phanteks Eclipse P360X. As far as building is concerned, it's pretty much identical to the P350X. There are a few subtle differences with this case compared to the P350X though. The most obvious difference is the new lighting on the front panel, whereas the P350X wasn't as pronounced. It has the same hard drive sleds that slide out from the front of the case, and that's something I actually really like about this case. Phanteks told us at Computex that the design was inspired by automotive design. The P360X has a relatively closed front with some intake on the bottom, the top, and along the sides with the lighting on the front panel. There is a contact point on the case at the front that allows you to remove the front panel without worrying about the wiring for the lighting. Airflow is what you'd expect from an aesthetics focused case. From our preliminary testing, it's not amazing, but at the same, it's not too bad. At this price point though, you can't be too picky, especially if you're buying this case. You're buying it for its looks, not for its thermal ability. You can mount a 240 or 280mm rad in the front, and if you wanted to mount a rad on the top, it'd be a pretty tight fit. You might get lucky depending on your RAM and your motherboard, but for us, it was a no-go. We didn't get any time to do our thermal torture testing on this case because it arrived really close to release and we wanted to get it out to you as fast as possible. I'm sure another outlet will cover this shortly if you're really interested. Cable management is pretty good for a case in this price range, which if you're interested is around $70 US or around 115 Australian dollars. It's got Velcro tie downs on the rear with more than enough clearance between the motherboard tray and the side panel. Overall, this case is really nice to look at, but personally, it's not really my cup of tea. I really like the lighting on the front panel, but if they could make it with mesh up the front, for me, it'd make it a little bit more compelling. It does look really nice though. Okay, let's talk about fans, lighting, and aesthetics because everyone loves that stuff. The cable extensions are the new Cooler Master Paracord cable extensions in black and blue. The fans that we use are the Cooler Master MF120 ARGB fans. I connected all of the lighting up to the Cooler Master ARGB controller for easy configuration, and the rest of the lighting was configured in MSI's Mystic Light. The GPU was mounted vertically with the Cooler Master GPU mounting bracket, and yeah, that's basically it for aesthetics. Okay, it's benchmarking time. Just be aware that I didn't test this with every single game on Earth. I used our usual suite of benchmarks, so you can go back to our other videos and see how well this did. Okay, let's see how it did. I'm really happy with how this build turned out. It looks really cool if it's not personally my cup of tea, but it might be yours. If you're interested in any of the parts in this build, there are links down below in the description, and there's also a PC part picker list. If you want any of the music that I make for these videos, head on over to our Patreon. That's right, ladies and gents, I make all the music, yeah, and there's a link to that below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do. Tell us what you hated about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. And like I said, the case isn't really my cup of tea. It looks really, really cool. I'm not sure if I could recommend it just yet because we haven't done any of the thermal testing, but overall, it's a pretty nice case. Thanks for watching.